In this episode of Stecker Studios, we're drawing a one-point perspective urban landscape. For our first step, we're going to create a horizon line 2 inches from the top of our paper. So we're going to measure down on the left and right side 2 inches, make a little mark, and connect it with a horizontal line. In the middle of this line, we're placing a dot for our vanishing point. This is where all the lines that recede out into space, called our converging lines, are going to meet. To start our street, I like to start with the sidewalk. I'm measuring a line 1 inch from the bottom of our paper on the left and right side in order to create an adjacent street. I'm also measuring in 1 inch from each side of the paper on the very bottom in order to connect what's going to be the curb and the side of the street to my vanishing point. If I line up my ruler with this first sidewalk that's parallel with us and slide it up just a little bit, I can create a little bit of a curb, and I can now use this curb to create the rest of the sidewalk and curb going down each side of the street, connecting to my vanishing point. Slide my ruler over a little bit, I can start to create the sidewalk connected to the vanishing point. Here I'm drawing a parallel line with the sidewalk that's parallel to us to finish it off. Then I'm going to turn my ruler, connect it with the vanishing point, and create the sidewalk on the left side of the street. Now it's time to start our first building. I'm going to align my ruler with the corner of the sidewalk and keep it vertical. I'm going to draw a line for the height of the building, for how tall I want it to be. I'm going to start with the side that faces us and draw a line that's parallel with the sidewalk. For the side that moves away from us into space, I'm going to connect a line from the top of the building to the vanishing point. To do the sides, align your ruler with the first side and create a parallel line, and do the same with the top. Now to start our second building, I'm going to do this one a little bit taller. I'm going to draw a vertical line connecting to the corner of the sidewalk. I'm going to connect it to the vanishing point now. I'm going to slide my rule over parallel with the first side in order to create the other edge of the building. And now I'm going to connect the top parallel with the sidewalk that's parallel to us. To create more buildings, I'm going to follow the same steps. I'm going to start with the side that's facing us. I'm drawing a vertical line for the height of the building, and now I'm going to figure out how wide I want this building to be. Draw another vertical line. Now to draw the top, I need to draw a line that's parallel with the horizon line for the top and for the bottom. Now I can connect my vertical lines to the vanishing point and draw parallel lines that are horizontal to complete the top, and one more vertical line to create the back. Now you can erase the extra converging lines as you go, or you can keep them in there to help you draw other buildings and other details along the way. Now I'm going to add an additional street by adding a couple horizontal lines to open up the space on the sidewalk. Here I'm adding an additional horizontal line to finish off the sidewalk on the new street that I created, and I'm connecting it with a converging line going to my vanishing point. From here on out, I'm just going to add some more buildings and other architectural details. In the next video, we'll start to add doors and windows. When you're adding more buildings, just make sure that you keep your vertical lines straight up and down, your horizontal lines parallel to the horizon line, and all lines that move away from us into space, make sure they all connect on the single vanishing point. Stay tuned for the next several videos in this series where we add doors and windows, more details to our street, and finally some color. If you enjoy watching these videos and they help you to improve your drawing and art techniques, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching Stecker Studios.